All right, everybody, welcome back. We're going to be diving into something.
Exciting today.
Yeah, definitely exciting.
Yeah.
Pretty revolutionary, especially if you're an AI builder,
Yeah.
Who doesn't live and breathe code, right?
Yeah.
You're talking Model Context Protocol.
Or MCP.
Or MCP for short.
Yeah.
And think of it like this.
Right.
You've got this brilliant idea for an AI app, maybe something that, summarizes your meetings and automatically schedules follow-ups and all that.
Right.
But getting your AI to actually talk to your calendar and your to-do list.
Yeah.
I mean, that could feel like climbing Mount Everest without any gear.
Yeah. And that's the problem that MCP is tackling head on.
Okay.
It's all about changing how we build and connect AI applications, particularly for those who aren't, hardcore programmers.
Okay, so less Everest, more, strolling in the park.
Well, maybe somewhere in between.
Okay.
But the analogy I like is a universal adapter. Imagine you could plug any device into any outlet anywhere in the world, no matter the voltage or the socket shape.
Yeah.
That's kind of what MCP does for AI.
Okay.
It creates this common language, a standard way for AI apps to understand and use data from any source.
So instead of needing a different plug for every single data source, MCP is like that one adapter that just works.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the real beauty of this is the way it breaks down those data silos.
Right.
Before MCP, even something as simple as pulling data from a spreadsheet into your AI could require a ton of custom code.
I've heard horror stories.
Right. But with MCP, it becomes much more streamlined.
Okay.
You can pull data from spreadsheets, databases, APIs, you name it, all without needing to be a coding wizard.
Okay, this is starting to sound pretty powerful.
Yeah.
But I think I need a bit more of a concrete example to really wrap my head around it.
Sure.
What would this look like in action?
Okay, let's say you're a small business owner
Right.
and you want to build an AI that helps you manage everything. Inventory, website analytics, customer feedback forms,
Okay.
the whole 9 yards.
Sounds ambitious.
It is. But it's the kind of thing that becomes possible with MCP.
Okay.
Instead of having to code individual connections to each of those data sources, you could potentially find pre-built connectors for your specific tools, plug them into your AI using MCP, and boom, your AI is pulling in all that data and giving you a unified view of your business.
Wait, so no more spending weeks wrestling with APIs or hiring a developer just to get your AI to talk to a Google Sheet?
In theory, that's the goal.
Wow.
And think about the time and money you'd save.
Yeah.
It's like going from having to handcraft every single piece of furniture to having a set of modular building blocks that you can easily assemble.
Okay, that's a pretty compelling image. So we're talking about a serious boost in efficiency for non-technical builders.
For sure.
But before we get too carried away with all the possibilities, what about the risks? Specifically, the elephant in the room, data security. If my AI is suddenly connected to all these different data sources, am I opening myself up to like a major privacy breach?
That's a crucial question.
Yeah.
And it's one the developers of MCP have taken very seriously.
Yeah.
It's not about giving your AI free reign over your entire digital life.
So how does MCP address that?
Well, the key is control.
Oh,
MCP gives you, the builder, granular control over what data your AI can access.
okay.
It's like giving your AI a set of keys, but you decide which doors those keys can unlock.
So you're still the one calling the shots. MCP just provides the framework for secure communication between your AI and the data it needs.
Exactly. And that focus on security is built into the very architecture of MCP.
Okay. So, all right. So we've got a lot more to unpack here.
We do.
But we're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back.
So it sounds like MCP has the potential to be like a real game changer, especially for folks like me who are more comfortable with ideas than, lines of code.
But is this something that's only accessible to, big tech companies with tons of resources, or can the average person actually get involved?
That's what's so exciting about MCP. It's an open source project. Right. Think of it like a giant collaborative workshop where anyone can contribute.
Okay.
From seasoned developers to curious tinkerers.
So it's not just about using the technology, it's about shaping its future as well.
Absolutely. And that open source approach has really fostered a vibrant community around MCP.
Oh, wow.
You've got people from all over the world sharing ideas, building connectors, and helping each other troubleshoot.
Yeah.
It's like having a global network of AI enthusiasts at your fingertips.
That's pretty incredible.
Yeah.
It sounds like MCP is more than just a piece of software. It's an entire ecosystem built on collaboration and innovation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's what gives it such incredible momentum,
Yeah.
because the more people who contribute, the more powerful and versatile MCP becomes.
Yeah.
We're already seeing some really creative applications emerging,
Oh, really?
not just in business, but in education,
Yeah.
healthcare, even art.
Okay. Before my head explodes from all the possibilities,
Right.
let's go back to that small business owner we talked about earlier.
Sure.
How would MCP actually help them make better decisions? What kind of insights could their AI unlock?
Well, imagine this. Your AI is now able to connect the dots between your inventory levels, your website traffic, and your customer feedback.
Okay.
Suddenly, you're not just seeing raw data, you're seeing trends, patterns, and potential problems before they even arise.
So it's like having an AI business advisor who can sift through all that information and tell you what actually matters.
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
Your AI could alert you to low stock levels of a popular product,
Okay.
identify customer pain points based on feedback forms, or even suggest targeted marketing campaigns based on website traffic trends. It's about turning data into actionable insights.
Okay.
And that's where MCP really shines.
Now, that's what I'm talking about. It's not just about making things easier to build. It's about actually empowering people to make smarter decisions.
Right.
But there's still one piece of the puzzle I'm trying to wrap my head around.
Okay.
The whole concept of context in MCP. What does that actually mean, and why is it so important for AI?
That's a fantastic question.
Yeah.
And it gets to the heart of what makes MCP so revolutionary.
Okay.
See, traditional AI often struggles with understanding context.
Okay.
It's like having a super fast calculator that can crunch numbers but has no idea what those numbers actually represent
Right.
or how they relate to the real world.
Okay. So it's brilliant at calculations, but it lacks, like, the bigger picture.
Exactly.
Okay.
But with MCP, you're essentially giving your AI a way to understand the context of the data it's working with.
Okay.
You're telling it, hey, this data comes from a customer feedback form, so treat it differently than data from a sales spreadsheet. And that ability to understand context is what allows AI to make more nuanced and meaningful connections.
So MCP is essentially giving AI the ability to, like, think more like a human.
Yeah.
Considering the, why behind the data rather than just the what.
Precisely. And that's what unlocks a whole new level of intelligence and sophistication in AI applications.
Wow.
It's like going from a basic chatbot to a conversational AI that can actually understand your intent and respond in a more human-like way.
This is blowing my mind a little bit.
Yeah.
So with MCP, we're not just talking about connecting data.
Right.
We're talking about connecting the dots in a way that leads to, like, genuine understanding.
You're getting it.
Okay.
And that's what makes this technology so transformative.
Okay.
It's not just about making AI easier to use. It's about making it smarter, more adaptable, and ultimately more valuable to us as humans.
Okay. I think we have established that MCP is pretty darn impressive.
Yeah.
But let's zoom out for a second and talk about the bigger picture.
Yeah.
What kind of impact do you see MCP having on the world of AI, let's say 5 years from now?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
I think we're still in the early stages of MCP's evolution, but the potential is enormous.
Okay.
Imagine a world where AI is truly ubiquitous, not just in our phones and computers,
Right.
but woven into the fabric of our everyday lives.
Okay. Paint me a picture.
Yeah.
What does that actually look like?
Well, think about how much time we spend each day interacting with different systems. Our homes, our cars, our workplaces.
Yeah.
With MCP, all of these systems could potentially be infused with AI that can seamlessly communicate and collaborate.
Okay.
Your smart home could anticipate your needs.
Uh-huh.
Your car could optimize your commute based on real-time traffic data.
Okay.
Your workplace could become a hyper-efficient ecosystem tailored to your individual workflow.
Okay.
It's about creating a truly intelligent environment that adapts to us rather than the other way around.
So MCP is like the missing link, the key that unlocks that next level of AI integration.
Exactly. And the implications are pretty mind-blowing when you think about it.
Yeah.
We could see everything from personalized medicine tailored to your unique genetic makeup to smart cities that optimize resource allocation and reduce environmental impact.
Wow.
The possibilities are practically limitless.
Wow. That's a pretty inspiring vision of the future.
It is.
But let's bring it back down to earth for a second.
Okay.
For all the non-technical folks listening who are maybe feeling a little intimidated by all of this.
Right.
What's one piece of advice you would give them about, getting started with MCP?
Don't be afraid to jump in and explore.
Okay.
The MCP community is incredibly welcoming and supportive, and there are tons of resources available online to help you get started. Start by playing around with some of the pre-built connectors, experiment with different data sources, and don't be afraid to ask questions.
Okay.
The best way to learn is by doing.
Great advice. And I think that spirit of exploration is really at the heart of what makes MCP so exciting.
For sure.
It's not just a tool.
Right.
It's an invitation to participate in the evolution of AI, regardless of your technical background.
That's exactly right. And I think that's what sets MCP apart.
Yeah.
It's not just about building smarter AI. It's about building a smarter future together.
Beautifully said. And on that note, I think it's time for us to wrap up this incredible deep dive into the world of MCP.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but I'm feeling pretty energized and inspired by everything we've discussed today.
Yeah, me too.
It's clear that MCP has the potential to change the game for non-technical AI builders.
For sure.
And I, for one, am incredibly excited to see what the future holds.
Me too.
So to all our listeners out there, I encourage you to explore MCP, experiment, and see what amazing things you can create.
Yeah.
Who knows? You might just be the one to build the next groundbreaking AI application.
That's right.
Until next time, keep learning, keep innovating, and keep diving deep.